Okay, hello everyone. Um, this is a video on the second fire of these uh, crab apples. The last video, our first fire, I told you about the colors that we used on the crab apples here, so I won't say anything about that. Um, and but I will say something about design. Um, and how I've kind of decided how I've done this. Um, I've put most of my design in two-thirds of this round tile, and then I've left a silent area with nothing in it, about a third. So when you design, leave busy areas and then soft, silent areas. And what I thought I would do on this one is once I get this painted, I would do a mother of pearl with some kind of a etching or design in this, and then I would have some little windows with the mother of pearl. Um, okay, now let's just, on the leaves, this is a very warm painting because I have a lot of yellows, yellow greens, reds, yellow reds. So not very many blues or, blue greens or things like that. So everything has got yellow or red, the warmer colors in it. Now my reference material has lots of yellow leaves, and that's what I really do like about this reference is that they're very warm yellow leaves with this red. So I'm keeping these very light, these that are in front, and these that are down here, and they're going to be very yellow. So, um, okay, so now my line here is the branches. So the branches start up at this top area, and then they radiate out. One radiates across this way, one comes down here and goes out this way. They're not parallel necessarily. This one goes down a little bit further. This one's, heads on up. And then one comes down this way. All right. So they fan out and radiate. So that's your line, your directional line. People are going to, your viewer's going to look at this and their eyes going to follow that line. But this line, our branches, is broken up um, in shapes of leaves and of fruit. And so even though your eye follows it, it is broken up so that it's not really um, harsh or, stark. And then this one, of course, is broken up by this. Now, and then there's, of course, little hangy downies, that curve, and these are directional leaves. They curve down and around. This one um, does not even follow this. This even goes counter to the branch. So when you're thinking about, and this one goes out this way, and these go over this way. So you want some kind of, counter to what your movement. So this thing has a lot of movement in it. It almost dances, I told somebody. So uh, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to make this my very dark area up here, this area in here, and then so it's going to have a lot of dark leaves or dark, well, we could call them shadow leaves, dark back leaves. I haven't put them in there. I didn't put them in there the first part because, it's kind of confusing to your design. So I'm going to put them in this time. And then I may even go over to maybe part of this one here or over here somewhere. We just have to see. Then I may bring some of those shadows and connect this and then leave these spaces here, you know, some little spaces in between so I can put my mother of pearl in there. Okay, and I'm going to do this video in parts because I don't want it to be really long. I'll do some fruit and some leaves, and then I'll stop. I'll do some back areas here, and then I'll stop so that you get it in segments. Okay? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about color on this painting. Um, Here are the colors we're working with. We're working with the yellows, the lemon yellow, the mixing yellow, the dark pecans, the three values of green, black green, middle green, and a chartreuse. Then here's your reds. I have a yellow red. This is a little bit lighter. I'm not gonna. I don't know the names of the colors. I just know that this is a yellow red because it's a red that's got a lot of yellow in it. So yellow red. This is just a nice light red, which I think is Jane Mark's light red. I love to use that. This is like a blood red, and then this is a violet of iron. So cherries, leaves. I do have a black and a brown for the branches over here. So that's what I'll be using. And um, let's see, anything else I wanted to say before I started? Um, okay, you want to always keep a variety of shapes, variety of color, warm greens, cool greens with blues in them, warm reds, cool reds, rubies, variety of value. We're going to have some really, really light yellow leaves in here, and then we're going to have some dark leaves back behind. I think that's it. So let's get started. I'm using a great big brush because I'm going to lay some color in over this, and what instead of um, uh, uh, filling in each little shape, I'm going to go into my black, green, and a little bit of my blue. Um, right now we have neutral colors, which are not intense at all. They're neutralized. I think I've got even a green and a yellow brown or pecan. So that makes kind of a golden warm green. We have, so these are really neutralized right now. You can't, they're, not very much on them anyway. More intense colors. So these are more saturated colors, real saturated in here. So when we get to the reds, they'll be real saturated too. So neutrals and vibrant ones. So let's put a shadow back over here, our anchor. When we do our darks back behind an area, it anchors it to the edge. And I like to do that a lot in my paintings when I'm just doing um, flowers and things like this. So, oh, that's too blue. So I'm going to go, and since I like the warm colors in here, I think I'm going to put a little bit of yellow in there, in my black green, and a little bit of brown, and keep it. So I'm just going to go over that area. Then I'm going to wipe out. I said I'd probably come. So that's all of my um, negative shapes back there. So I've just covered them up. And so let's go over maybe into this area a little bit. Put some shadows back there. Maybe get a little bit warmer with some yellows. I may pull these out, but right now, then I may come down a little bit. Maybe I'm going to shape that up, but right now, come over to the other side of that limb. Okay, so these are going to be negative shapes, color in my negative shapes. And negative meaning the back. These are positive on the top, and these are negative shapes. This is a negative shape. It goes back into the background. This is a negative shape, a negative shape. So, and these are front shapes, which are going to be your main shapes, and those are, of course, your front. So, but you know, that's really relative. So, you know, when you talk about that. All right, so now I'm going to pull out the areas that I don't want back there. This is a very bright leaf, and I want to, and this is just a clean brush squeezed out, and so I'm going to pull that color off of there. These are all front leaves. I don't have to pull it off of that one because that's going to be a dark leaf right there. Anyway, I'm going to pull it off of this one because I don't want this in the back or set back. I want it to come forward. So I'm just pulling my shapes that I want to come forward. Let's see. Oh, here's, okay. All right, these are stems. So I'm going to pull those out. I have a little stem going to a back shape here that we can't see. It's this leaf here. And I'm going to pull out the highlights on this. We're going to make that darker. I'm going to make that darker. So I don't have, and I like this leaf gold, so I'm going to take that off of that leaf there. All right. So add out a little bit. So let's feather that back in. Clean brush. This is a front leaf, so I want that one. This is a really yellow leaf, so I'm going to keep that nice and bright. Okay. We want to clean out our cherry stems. Probably that's not so important because we're going to be putting color over them anyway. All right. Have this there and a stem. This guy back over here. This may work better, my white pound tool. Okay. Okay. All right, let's see. And so we're probably, let's see, I could go right this stem branch out. I have a leaf coming out here. Just make sure that gets wiped out. Okay. Maybe make some shapes here. That could be a stem. Maybe cut out some little areas. You see what I'm doing here? Yeah. So we have some little shadow areas back here, and they really don't mean a lot right now. And they're really neutral, very neutral, and they're just flat shapes right now. So, all right, now we want to make. I'll do that. These leaves are going to be very light and very bright. And you're going to say, "Oh my goodness, that is just too yellow." Well, no, they're going to be very yellow. First time I've ever made leaves this yellow, but it's going to be exciting, exciting. Okay, so you'll put, I'm going to put a coat on a couple of leaves, and these are main ones. Fan that out a little bit. Maybe I might put some windows. Let's make like a little branch. Oh, and we got a stem here. So, and you know what? That's filled up. My wipeout tool, so just break up those. All right, and of course we're gonna wipe out that. All right, let's put another yellow on this. This is a very yellow leaf. Voila. And this one is a very yellow leaf. Ooh, very, very yellow. Okay. All right. Now, this will probably call for a little bit more around the edges of this. Maybe I'm going to mix a little bit of my green and my pecan together for this. I love that green that that makes for this side of the leaf. Then let's accent. Maybe I can zoom in a little bit. Okay, and on this side of the vein, okay, These are like got spots on them. So we can actually take some of our darker color and give them some texture. And like there. And then let's do some veins. Just barely put your there. Oops. Good. Good of that. Okay. And maybe a little bit of dark green right up. Dark brown, excuse me. Right up next to that. Okay. All right. There's one leaf. Okay, we've done color on it, and we've got some texture on it. So um, this one doesn't really, we won't do much to this one. We may put a little bit of gold in the back here. And it goes back behind that leaf, and actually back behind those. Now, we won't do much to this either. We have a dark leaf. And this is underneath this. Now this is a leaf that comes up here, and this is the underside, and this is the top. The underside is very muted, so I'm going to take my black green with just a little bit of my, like a turquoise, and I'm going to put that right underneath that leaf. That's the back side. It's a little half turn back leaf, and then so it goes back behind those crab apples. Now this little here is the top. It's very bright, and you can also see the thickness of this leaf right here. That's very important, that little shape. Okay, then we're not going to really darken this little top part, but we're going to brighten it up. Let's, the sun's hitting it, and it's very green, and we want that to show up. Right back that edge, in bright green. Okay, so we've got a nice little bright green there. And I'm not sure what I'm going to put on the stem. But now let's do a cherry. Okay. And this guy's, let me put a little color on him. He's folded back. This is his vein, comes down. This is going down this side. And then he flips up. So this is his edge. It lips up. Right. Can you see it? Ah. All right. And then his vein goes down here. I'll put color on it next time. And then this is dark underneath. I'll do more flavor. And this is going to be a dark leaf way back behind this. So greener. Okay. Lighter. Yeah, I don't need to put really dark all the way across. The eye sees this and knows that it's going to go underneath that. So, all right, so let's do a cherry. And so we'll do one of these up here. And I'm going to use my kind of a number 6, right? 3/4, something like that. All right, so your highlight is right here. That's the warmest area. So, and so we're going to put some on the crabapple. We're going to put maybe um, a little bit of golden green right in that area there. So it just warms it. Okay. Take and excuse me. Then we're going to take our yellow red and we're going to put that around the edge. And right beside that yellow right there. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm just getting yellow red, loading yellow red up, and then we're going to put it on this side. I'm not mixing my colors. I'm just going right alongside it. Excuse me. Okay, I'm going to go to my next red, which is just a really bright, nice true red. And I'm going to go next to that and smooth it together. Go to the other side. Let's turn it about this way. Okay. Then I'm going to take my blood red and I'm going to come over this edge of this. Okay. So we've just pulled it the way, that way toward the bottom. Then we're going to take, as something rounds off, it gets darker, of course, on the sides. And where light hits it, it's the lightest, the warmest. So in your reds, you could have more yellow in these reds, or you have a brown or a light green or something in this crabapple. And then the edges, or where it rounds down, would be darker reds and eventually in the shadows a violet of iron or something. So right now we're just using reds. We'll come back with our violet of iron and our next fire and really darken these a lot. Okay, on this bottom of this crabapple, I'm going to lay a red across the bottom and up over that ruby for the flat side of the crabapple. Now this is where the little hole, the little flat hole is, or your stem or crabapple. Now I think we need something right up on the top of that. So let me put a little bit of that over here. Okay. Now in this little hole of the apple, I'm going to lay some blood red with a little bit of violet of iron in there. Okay, you see that? Now I'm going to take and wipe out. There's a little, okay, let me show you on this crab apple here. Okay, so this is the hole. It's kind of like a little, it is a hole. And then where the light hits it, you have a little light space. See that little light space? Some of these don't have quite as much, but there is a little bit of a light space in there. So I'm going to wipe that one out just a little. I'm going to use this tip here. And I'm going to wipe a little there, like that. Okay. Now, this next time I can put more dark on there. Now, let me show you just underneath that. We're going to try to wipe. Oh, let me put the shadow in here first. This is a shadow thrown on this crab apple there. So let's just put a little color on this crab apple here. And this again is this leaf goes over this one. So this is kind of a light area here. I'm not going to make it very dark up where that shadow hits that. Simply because I just want to save my light. So I'm just going to give it a little more color. And with my smaller brush, I'm going to come in and I'm going to put that shadow in there. And I'm using, like, this time, a blood red. And I'm going to go underneath this crab apple. I use a little bit of violet of iron in there. It looks awfully bright. So, and then it comes down. And this one's closer to it. This is a little further, so this shadow is going to be thicker. This shadow, when it's closer to the fruit, is going to be narrow, because this one throws a wider shadow since it's away from it more. Okay, and then you have another crab apple right over here, and this is the shadow underneath that one. So this is this, and this one's this. Okay, then you would put, your yellow red in that. So now I wanted to put that shadow underneath there simply to show you that on these crab apples, each individual one, you have to make sure that you wipe out the reflected light on these. Okay, see that little tiny, oops, hold on, light underneath there. Now I'm just going to feather again. That wipeout tool makes a little. All right. So there you go for a crab apple. Smoothing my stroke out. I think I'm going to leave that. There's some yellow on that. I'm going to leave that, put that on that highlight. Okay, and then of course your stems are going to be a red. Okay. All right. And then of course I have a leaf coming across that crab apple. And then this one, and I'll do this one and then I'll stop for a while. Then I'll paint and then I'll show you some more. Okay, so where was it? This leaf here. This comes over. It's in back. Back there's a leaf here. I think there's a leaf here, and then this goes in back of this. So it's kind of a golden brown. But I'll put just a tiny bit of green in there, and it will be a dark leaf. So you just put a little bit of color on that, and then so you just work your way down. Just do these, and then do this leaf, and then come around here and do this leaf, and putting your values in. Your values are very important. It pushes things forward. When you put a dark space behind a dark shape behind something, it pushes the front shape forward. So, and plus it makes things look more realistic. So, okay, so I'm going to stop there, and then I'll do a few more, and then I'll come back and I'll do some more. So it's not so long.